Every day, something is, well, trying to control your mind. Social media, news, opinions, expectations, pressure from society. Without realizing it, many people allow the world to shape their thoughts, emotions, and decisions. They react to everything around them. They follow trends. They chase approval. And slowly they lose control over their own direction in life. But strong men understand something important. If you do not control your mind, the world will control it for you. And once that happens, your life is no longer guided by purpose. It is guided by noise. The ability to control your mind is, honestly, one of the most powerful skills a man can develop. Because the man who controls his mind controls his actions. And the man who controls his actions controls his future. Your mind is constantly under attack. Every notification, advertisement, and opinion is designed to capture your attention. Companies compete for it. Social platforms fight for it. People demand it. Attention has become one of the most valuable resources in the modern world. But the problem is that many people give their attention away freely. They scroll endlessly. They react emotionally to every headline. They allow outside voices to dictate how they feel and what they believe. Over time, this constant distraction weakens focus and drains mental energy. Strong men recognize that attention is power, and they protect it carefully. They choose where to place their focus instead of allowing the world to choose for them. Controlling your mind begins with awareness. You must first recognize how your thoughts are influenced by the world around you. Ask yourself questions like, why do I feel this way right now? Where did this thought come from? Am I reacting to something, or am I thinking clearly? These questions create a pause between stimulus and reaction. In that pause lies control. Without awareness, people react automatically to everything around them. But with awareness, you gain the ability to decide how you respond. This simple shift changes everything. Thoughts are powerful. They influence emotions, shape decisions, and guide behavior. But many people assume their thoughts are always true. If they think something negative, they immediately believe it. If they feel doubt, they assume it defines them. Strong men understand that thoughts are not commands, they are suggestions, and like any suggestion, they can be accepted or rejected. When negative thoughts appear, strong men challenge them. They ask, is this thought helpful? Is it based on reality? Does it move me closer to the man I want to become? If the answer is no, they replace it with something stronger. Over time, this habit trains the mind to focus on growth rather than limitation. Another important part of mental control is emotional discipline. Life will always present situations that trigger emotions: anger, frustration, fear, disappointment. These emotions are natural, but how you respond to them determines your strength. Weak minds react immediately. They say things they regret. They make decisions based on temporary feelings. Strong men do something different. They pause, they breathe, they give themselves a moment to think before acting. This small pause creates emotional control. It allows reason to guide behavior instead of impulse. And over time, this emotional discipline builds stability and confidence. Your environment plays a powerful role in shaping your thoughts. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, criticism, or distractions, your mind will struggle to remain strong. Strong men take responsibility for what they allow into their mental space. They limit exposure to unnecessary negativity. They avoid conversations and environments that drain their energy. Instead, they seek influences that support growth, books that expand their thinking, ideas that challenge them to improve. People who encourage discipline and purpose. Protecting your mental environment is like protecting your physical health. What you consume shapes what you become. Controlling your mind is not something you achieve once. It is something you practice every day. Strong men develop routines that strengthen their mental clarity. This may include, spending time in quiet reflection, practicing meditation or deep breathing, writing down goals and intentions, and reading content that strengthens the mind. These practices help create mental stability. They train the mind to remain calm and focused even in chaotic environments. Consistency is what builds mental strength. Just like physical training strengthens the body, daily mental discipline strengthens the mind. Focus is one of the greatest advantages a man can develop. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate deeply on meaningful work becomes, quite rare. Strong men cultivate focus intentionally. When they work, they eliminate unnecessary distractions. They give their full attention to the task at hand. This level of concentration produces better results and faster progress. But focus also strengthens confidence. When you see yourself consistently completing important tasks, you begin to trust your own abilities. That trust becomes a powerful form of mental strength. Perhaps the most important outcome of controlling your mind is independence. A man who controls his mind does not rely on external approval. He does not need constant validation from others. His decisions are guided by his values and his goals. This independence creates freedom. Freedom from social pressure, freedom from comparison, freedom from the fear of judgment. Instead of chasing approval, he focuses on becoming the best version of himself. And that focus leads to a life of purpose. The world will always try to influence your mind. It will present distractions, opinions, fears, and expectations. If you allow these forces to control your thinking, your life will be shaped by circumstances rather than intention. But when you take control of your mind, everything changes. You become aware of your thoughts, you manage your emotions, you protect your focus, you choose the influences that shape your mindset, and slowly you begin to live with clarity and purpose. The strongest men are not those who control others. They are the ones who have learned to control themselves. So remember this. If you do not control your mind, the world will control it for you. But the moment you take ownership of your thoughts, your attention, and your actions, you begin to take ownership of your life.